It's the calm before a 3-day storm coming to the valley.
And we're still cleaning up from last night's storm and previous storms. And already here we go again. More rain, wind, and possible flooding.
Fox 10's Nicole Garcia joins us live with more. Nicole?
Just when it seems like we've cleaned up and dried out from that last storm, here comes another. Take a look at the skies. You see those clouds coming towards us, but the one that is expected to arrive in the valley tomorrow could be the strongest storm of the season. So first responders, utility companies, and city and county workers all watching and waiting. Heavy rains and strong winds uprooted several trees in this Buckeye neighborhood Wednesday.
The microburst was crazy. There were some people, I was talking to friends, they said, was that a tornado? I said, I don't think so.
While the outdoors were littered with toppled trees, stormwater made its way indoors into some homes.
Because the wind was blowing so hard, it was hitting the windows straight on, so there was water coming in through the window sills, so we were running around putting towels in all the windows. It was quite a storm.
Much of the debris was cleared Thursday, but in the back of their minds, residents are concerned about having to go through this all over again when Mother Nature returns Friday. In Scottsdale, APS repaired down lines from last week's storm and replaced them with 8 new steel poles. This year, the power company added a meteorologist to their staff to better anticipate when and where there might be problems.
Providing us with local and regional forecasts and, just a lot of real-time, information so that we can engage and build a strategy to be in the best position to respond.
Along with APS, local fire departments, utility workers, emergency management officials, and ADOT are all standing by, ready to respond if and when Mother Nature causes an emergency. And of course, officials reminding everyone to be prepared in case there is a power outage over the next few days. Make sure you have a charged cell phone, you have some non-perishable food and water on hand. Also a reminder to drivers not to drive into floodwaters, even though it looks like it's not that high. It could still be very dangerous. And of course, we had several rescues the last round of storms. And emergency officials say the only thing predictable about a monsoon is its unpredictability. Reporting live, I'm Nicole Garcia, Fox 10 News.
Nicole, thanks. A flood watch in effect for the valley beginning tomorrow.
Let's check in with Corey for a look ahead. Hi, Corey.
Well, you're right. Tomorrow is the beginning of that flash flood watch, and Nicole is okay.
Sorry.
How many times have we said, Tina, you cannot bring your dog to the studio? We all love your dog. It's a cute dog. But somebody's going to step on him. Jeff, is he okay? Okay, fine. Anyway. Rainy, that's what we're going to see, that kind of weather over the next couple of days. Nicole nailed it for sure. And again, the watch will be in effect for all of your Friday and then on into Saturday as well. And as we move things on into your radar world, it is very busy out there. We've got a couple of things going on here, especially to the north and west of the valley. A flash flood warning out till 5:30 in a pretty rural area south of Prescott. However, look at the storms that are starting to build up south of that. You folks in Wickenburg know what we're talking about. An intense storm now moving itself down to the south and east of town, heads up Whitman. You've got heavy weather coming too. And the Hassayampa River, which flows through Wickenburg, is really going to be running hard because we've got the storm that just passed through Wickenburg and then another one right behind it. That rainfall will also flow into the Hassayampa. So if you have interests along that river's edge, you want to be sure to keep an eye on them because it's going to be running very, very fast. Otherwise, you can see thunderstorms scattered all throughout the northern part of the state. A huge collection of flash flood watches as well, both in on the Nevada side and California sides of the Colorado River, and also in Mojave County too. So just be advised, it's going to be a long night for sure. We'll keep an eye on these storms as they continue to develop. And up by the Grand Canyon, it's been busy tonight as well. Of course, these storms don't really harm anyone unless you're down camping in the canyon. You got to be careful, but stay away from the canyon's edge, that's for sure. Winds will be very gusty. Indian Wells seeing more rain this evening. and then down into the White Mountains and the Rim Country we go. And boy, things are starting to get very busy over here just east of Black Canyon City. And if all of these storms continue that westward or southwestward motion, we'll see if they pour their way into the Agua Fria River. That eventually pushes into Lake Pleasant, but sometimes the water can run pretty hard through Black Canyon City itself. Anyway, we've got more coming up in the forecast, including the rainfall totals we expect to see after all of these storms are wrapped up over the weekend. That coming up in just a little bit, you guys.
All righty, Corey, see you then. All this rain is helping dry conditions around here somewhat. Here's a look at the new drought maps that came out just today. In the Northeast, much of the area went from extreme drought in the red to severe drought. Along the western border, you see there that whole area in red. It has improved overall, but especially down in southern Arizona, the severe drought area in darker orange is now moderate. All of this is good news, of course, but the most important thing for our water supply is the snowpack from the Rocky Mountains melting into the Colorado River. And you can stay one step ahead of the storms by downloading the Fox 10 weather app. It is free, and you can find a link at fox10phoenix.com.